For as long as I can remember, you were there. All the memories and promises that we shared. 'Cause you and I both know life doesn't always go the way you plan, but that's how it goes. I know the valley's always darkest in the shadows, but I know you're gonna be there up ahead. You're my light when I'm lost, you're my warmth in the dark. I feel you after the sunlight's gone. You always bring me back home when I'm lost on the road. My heart's wherever you go, 'cause you are my North Star. Through the good times and the bad, you took my hand, a shoulder to cry upon when nothing's making sense. Oh, you and I have grown apart, but we both know if you need me, I'll be there. I know the valley's always darkest in the shadows, but I know you're gonna be there up ahead. You're my light when I'm lost, you're my warmth in the dark. I feel you after the sunlight's gone. You always bring me back home when I'm lost on the road. My heart's wherever you go, 'cause you are my North Star. The whole world closes every door, you're running in the darkness, it's chasing after you. When you're falling, I'll be there to get you back up on your feet, and I'll be there for you, darling, I'll be there. I'll be the light when you're lost, I'll be the warmth in the dark. You feel me after the sunlight's gone. I'll always bring you back home if you're lost on the road. My heart's wherever you go, 'cause I'll be your light when you're lost. I'll be the warmth in the dark. Feel me after the sunlight's gone. I'll always bring you back home if you're lost on the road. My heart's wherever you go, 'cause I will be your North Star.
Okay, dearly beloved, we are gathered together here in the sight of God and in the presence of these witnesses, joined together this man and this woman in holy matrimony, which is an honorable estate instituted of God in the time of man's innocency, signifying us the mystical union that is between Christ and his church, which holy estate Christ adorned and beautified with his presence and the first miracle that he wrought in Cana of Galilee, and is commended of St. Paul to be honorable among all men, and therefore is not by any to be taken in hand unadvisedly, but reverently, discreetly, and in the fear of God, into which holy estate these two persons present come now to be joined. Therefore, if any can show any just cause why they may not lawfully be joined together, let him speak, or else hereafter forever hold his peace. I require and charge you both, as you will answer at the day of judgment when the secrets of all hearts shall be disclosed, that if either you know of any impediment why you may not be lawfully joined together in matrimony, you do now confess it. For be ye well assured that if any persons are joined together otherwise than God's word allows, God will not bless their union. Believing then, you have this woman to be your wedded wife,
I will.
to live together after God's ordinance in the holy estate of matrimony, will you love her, comfort her, honor, keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep yourself only unto her, so long as you shall both live.
I will.
Megan Teresa Lipscomb, will you have this man to be your wedded husband, to live together after God's ordinance in the holy estate of matrimony? Will you love him, comfort him, honor, and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep yourself only unto him, so long as you both shall live? Who giveth this woman to be married to this man?
I do.
Megan Teresa Lipscomb,
Megan Teresa Lipscomb,
to be my wedded wife,
to be my wedded wife,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better or worse,
for better or worse,
for richer or poorer,
for
in sickness and in health, in sickness and in health,
in sickness and health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and cherish,
till death do us part,
death and life.
according to God's holy ordinance, according to God,
According to God's commandments,
and thereto
and thereto
I plight thee
I plight thee
my faith.
my
All right, Megan, you take Chris on his right hand, your right hand again. Repeat after me. I, Megan Teresa Lipscomb,
I, Megan Teresa Lipscomb,
take thee,
take thee,
Christopher Wayne Host,
Christopher Wayne House,
to be my wedded husband,
to be my wedded husband,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better,
for better
for worse,
or worse,
for richer,
for richer,
for poorer,
for poorer,
sickness,
in sickness,
in health,
and in health,
to love,
love,
to cherish,
and cherish,
till death do us part,
that most part,
according to God's
according to God's
holy ordinance.
holy word,
Thereto
and thereto
I plight thee my faith.
I pledge thee my faith.
For as much grace
Father God was my hero. He always told me, I'm gonna move to West Virginia. You're gonna find that country boy who likes guns and fishing way too much. And you're gonna forget all about Daryl Dad. And he's wrong about the last part, but he was right about you. Thank you for giving me a home when I didn't know where home was anymore.
And I never really thought that I would be standing
Gracious Heavenly Father, I thank you, Father, for everything you've done. I thank you for both of these young souls. I thank you for your love. I thank you for their love for each other and for you. Father, I thank you and praise you for everything that you've done and everything you will do. I stand before you now and I just ask that you would touch these folks. That you be with Megan and Chris, that you would help them. Lord, all we can see is what lay immediately in front of us, and we can hope for the best. As you look upon us, Lord, you know everything that's going to come into our lives and to their lives. I just ask, Lord, that you will bless them. I ask that you will watch over them. I pray, Lord, that you would strengthen them. That you would strengthen their love for each other, their bond and their dedication. That you would help them in the bad times to hold on to you, to trust you, follow you, to obey you. We pray, Lord, you'll bless them in the good times as well. That you just watch over them, help them, Lord, to do and to be what you desire. That you, Lord, would remain the glue that stays in their lives and keeps them bound together. Be with them, bless them as only you can. In the name of Jesus, we praise you and pray. Amen.
Here it goes.
Anna, escorted by Bruceman Owen. Next we have bridesmaid Trissa, escorted by groomswoman Heather. Next we have bridesmaid Kayla, escorted by groomsman Ian. Next we have bridesmaid Gabrielle, escorted by groomsman Harley. Next we have bridesmaid Sarah, escorted by groomsman Dione. Next we have bridesmaid Tiffany Lynn, escorted by groomsman Alan. Next we have bridesmaid Angela, escorted by our groomsman Sam. We'd like to do an honorable mention to our maid of honor, Lynn. Can we have a round of applause, please? Up next, we have our matron of honor, Jamie, and escorted by our best man, Scotty. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could ask you please all to stand at this time. Put your hands together for my privilege and honor to introduce to you for the first time today, Mr. and Mrs. Christopher and Megan Host. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this time we continue on with a blessing given by Pastor Rick. Pastor Rick, would you please stand for me?
Gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you, Lord, for everything for this day. We just
praise you for the reason we're gathered together today, and we just ask you to bless this food to our bodies. In the name of Jesus we pray.
This is going to be loud, okay? Good evening, everyone. So I'm not the best public speaker, so bear with me. So first off, Megan, of course you put me first. But so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Gabby. I have the weirdest nickname, 99 Red Balloons, based off the song because of an ornament I made for Megan. But regards to that, I am Megan's soul sister, and thank you to everyone that showed up today. I know it means a lot to Megan and Chris. Let's see. Me and Megan met in college. We were in psych class together and ended up joining a group called AEW for college. I learned Megan loved music and the saxophone, and at first she was a little shy, but I was totally wrong. Let's see. It all started in On Glory with a fidget spinner filter on Snapchat, and instantly we clicked. We were the redhead and the blonde head that you've seen in college together. To all the late nights, we were making burgers with hella good onion dip, to our dates at Chinese where we sat at our booth C1, and if we didn't get it, we asked to have it. For our pajama day onesies, makeup sessions, and all the hard times we had with Megan's old car breaking down, and all the times we climbed mountains until we almost died. Me and Megan were always making parodies of songs with the chaos that was going on in our life. We're gonna sell millions one day. Probably not, but in regards to all of it, I just want to say how I met Chris. Now, Chris probably didn't like me at first because I showed up with a whiteboard probably as long as this table, took it up a flight of stairs, teaching Megan how to do sight terms. It's midnight, Megan is singing her lungs, and Chris is freaking out on me. He's like, you guys gotta go to bed, we can't do this, and he leaves. So I'm thankful you didn't kick me out. I really am. But in regards to all of it, oh my gosh, my phone locks up, of course. 1 second. But another story that's one of my favorite is Megan's old car. For those who don't know, her hood would not open at all. And me and Megan would call every person probably in this room to find somebody to help us. But of course we would turn to Chris, but he was always taking a nap at his parents'. Every single time. But luckily me and Megan were always sent guardian angels. But Chris, you're very lucky because you now have my best friend for life. But I know you will treat her well. You're going to be doing a lot more cleaning and dishes, just fair warning. But for regards to all of it, I'm thankful for both of you because you both took care of me in my darkest times. For making me chocolate-covered strawberries when my boyfriend couldn't be there for me. But regards to all of it, I am very proud of both of you. You've overcome so much in the past year, and I can never imagine doing it myself. When Megan was going through a hard time, I blew up a red balloon for her and I wrote I love you on it. I told her my air would be in the balloon and I would always be with her no matter what. My air would try to hold her up above the storm around her. In marriage, you overcome many obstacles, ups and downs, but I want to give you and Chris another balloon to represent no matter what happens in life. I got both of you, and I'll be no matter what. Even if the balloon loses air, I'm still there to keep your head above the storm. Thank you everyone again. Love you always, Gabby.
We met when I was a freshman at West Liberty, and we got matched up to be roommates. And one day, during my first year, I was practicing a speech for my Communications 101 class. And we were there with another one of my classmates, and I could not get past the first line of that speech without Megan coughing. We could hear her from the elevator of the hall, and I am not joking, I swear. I did not get practice on that speech at all. Anyways, now that I can, if I can talk, please. Megan and I moved in together, and think about it, I'm from Spain, for whoever does not know. So I'm here in America as a freshman. I really have no idea of any of the cultural foods or anything like that that has to be known about living here. So we get introduced by the person that ran the housing office, and that same day we decided we were going to move in together. So we first, we didn't know that we lived right across the hall from each other, like literally the door in front of me, and I'd never seen her. So we're moving all her stuff to my room, and it's about 2:30 in the morning, probably on a weekday. And Megan goes, "Do you know what EC Mac is?" And obviously, I had no idea what EC Mac was because we don't have that in Spain. And we didn't even have a microwave, but Megan obviously got EC Mac, took it to her old roommate's dorm room, and cooked it in the microwave at 2:30 in the morning, and then brought it back. And honestly, I knew that it was going to be like a really great friendship from then on, and it obviously has been. And like, I feel like EC Mac has been a very big part of our lives, right? Most of the time, I'm being serious. Most of the times I would get to class, I would wake up and I would be ready to go to class, and it would be like 8:50, we had 10 minutes to get to class, and Megan's just sleeping, which is weird because she doesn't sleep anymore. But she's just sleeping there, and I'm like heading out, and I'm like, "Megan, are you gonna get up to get to class?" And she's like, "Yeah, what time is it?" And I'm like, "We have 10 minutes. She got up every morning. First thing she did was get mac and cheese, just like the first night we met, put it in the microwave and get dressed, and then on her way out, she would grab mac and cheese and ginger ale and head to class. Every single day she had English class in the morning, I'm not joking. Anyways, thanks to Megan, I met Chris, who basically soon became like a third roommate. And it was great because he was with us all the time, and we honestly had so much fun. But Chris has a tendency to burp a lot, and that is not a thing in Spain. People do, like, you just don't do that. You don't do that in your house, you don't do that outside. So this boy shows up in my dorm room my freshman year, burping all over the place, and I'm like, "Chris, what are you doing? That's rude." Anyways, 4 years later, I probably do it just as much as he does. So I guess he's excused now, right? But I really become great friends. You're like a sister to me. Like, you're like my second parents, right? I believe. But honestly, even when you guys moved away from West Lib, we always kept in touch. And I've seen you guys through up and downs, and you've made it through all of it together. And it's really an honor for me to be here in this special day with you guys and to be one of your bridesmaids. And I couldn't have thanked you enough, and I'm so thankful for the both of you. You took care of me when I was a 17-year-old in another country that had no idea what was going on. And you're always, always, always going to be part of my life. And I'm so happy that I get to be here. And honestly, like, I hope that your marriage is filled with joy and laughter, because God knows you really deserve it. So, congratulations.
All right, up next we have Kayla.
Starting from day one, Megan has always been there for people. There are rare humans out there that live by an empathetic heart. From meeting Megan to being a part of her life, this remains clear. You will see her continually reach out to others, assert herself into the business of anyone and anything that means she can lend a helping hand, and make sure that someone is cared for to the best of her ability. Sacrifice means nothing to her. This was just one of the many parts of Megan that I got to experience having in my life when we became friends and grew up together. We met in kindergarten but became friends later in 5th grade when she sat at lunch with me one day. We became close with our other friend who passed from colon cancer later in high school. Some of the other parts, the good and the bad, came too. Just to name a few things, Megan lives by lyrics. She plays a song in the car and she starts singing along. It's always going to be for a reason or have a deeper meaning behind it. She puts quotes over pictures on her Facebook or with a post. She applies it to her everyday life. She lives by God as well and applies that to her life too. To sum it up, she is led by her heart. Doesn't matter how bad or good it is. If she's in an argument, her heart will come too. Her tears will always mean something. Megan will make sure you are heard in a conversation. Doesn't matter how small of importance the topic was. Oh, you mentioned something about how you wanted pizza for dinner? Megan comes up to Massachusetts, and there's only one thing she will do first. Order a Monster Mash Sundae at Friendly's. Because Massachusetts and South Philly mean something to her. It's a part of her past, her hometown, and probably, frankly, because she just loves that ice cream. Megan has the best long-term memory of anyone I know, more than me. And I can remember 10 years back by the months, by the memories. But she is far more advanced than that. She tells me what I did in kindergarten specifically, could lay out the entire situation. This is a huge asset to me because it really makes me feel better to be able to remember things I couldn't recall myself. Sometimes Megan uses her long-term memory to bring up a joke from the past or even short-term. She'll crack herself up about it, using it as a way to connect the present to the past. She'll tell me jokes she had with college buddies or a funny jingle that came from her family in the past, singing or dancing along to every word. The one thing that has always been abundantly clear from day one was that she was always going to be there for me. I feel confident in her loyalty. That's something that gives my heart peace of mind every day, and it's always actively a part of my thinking process. It's really important to me because friends came in and out of my life. For me, that was difficult, especially during the times when college began and high school ended. I felt like I was the odd one out, but she still came up every single winter break, summer vacation from West Virginia to visit South Hadley. And you guessed it, take me to Friendly's to get that Monster Mash. After I met Chris, when she brought him up to Massachusetts around 2016, I got to see the man who she's marrying today. I can say with full sincerity that I am proud of Megan and the life she leads today alongside Chris. May the both of you have a lifetime of happiness and true peace.
Before the song, I just have a couple of words to share. Hi everyone, my name's Jaine, and for those of you who don't know, I am actually an honorary matron of honor today, standing in for someone else who is very special to Megan. Like Kayla mentioned, Megan grew up in South Hadley, and that is also where I am from. And in middle school, Megan, Kayla, and another girl, Lynn, who is my little sister, became very good friends. They were together all the time, and as an older sister, I got to just see the joy that they brought one another throughout those years. And even after Megan moved, she and my sister kept in touch and just continued to have a strong friendship. When they were in high school, my sister became very sick and battled colon cancer for about 2 years before she passed away in December 2013. This is actually her picture right here on our memory table, and we had her over at the church service as well. So it was really hard for Megan because she had been so far away, and my sister really didn't even want her to know how sick she was until some of the last days. And Megan was completely heartbroken not being able to be there. In the last 5 years, there's been so much that has changed. I'm sure in the lives of everybody in this room, but I can certainly say in my life and in Megan's life. But one thing that has remained constant is just Megan's love and devotion to my family, especially after my sister passed. And so I just want to say thank you, Megan, just for your desire to be there for every important moment, even the anniversary of her passing, the fundraiser walk we do every summer, just coming by to see us and check in. And even though you lost a really close relationship, you're determined to persevere in the relationships that were remaining from that. And so that is something that I've heard from everyone who has spoken today, is just Megan's consistency in her character and again in her love and devotion for others. A constant in life, or two other constants in your life, Megan, are Chris and your relationship with God. And over the time that I've known you and gotten closer to you over the last few years, I've seen just how important those things are to you and how they have just pulled you up through, again, as many people said, so many different times. And so I hope that you grow and continue to become an even more amazing person than you already are. And I also hope that you never change. I hope that the things that made you the amazing person that you are today are things that stay with you for the rest of time. Chris, you're a very lucky person and also a very sweet person. I'm grateful that you are the one that Megan has chosen. And so I just like to ask everyone to raise a toast to the happy couple and say, cheers, here's to many more years together. I don't have lastly, one other constant in all of our lives, I think, is music. And Megan asked me to sing a very special song today, a song that my sister really loved and sang all the time with them. It's also a great wedding song as it talks about kind of the journey that we all go through to find the one that we're ultimately meant to be with. So without further ado, this is Bless the Broken Road by Rascal Flatts.
But I got lost a time or two. everyone hear me? Can everyone hear me? All right, raise your hand if you can't hear me. I'm just kidding. All right.
I think you need to yell.
I was asked on short notice to write a rap. Even though I'm making this up, I still hope you'll clap. I wasn't really sure how to begin this, but it's not about me, it's about Megan and Chris. They were recently married by a pastor. Let me tell you, Pastor Rick, he's a master pastor. I've never seen a ceremony run even faster. They were hurried into happily ever after. Now I knew that Chris is a man of few words. I always knew that he was pretty reserved, but when he was asked to speak, I saw he'd been thrown a curve. Still, I've never heard more honest wedding words. They're not always perfect, but what they found resulted in marriage, and it's structurally sound. They've experienced ups, they've experienced downs. They found a way to turn their lives around, and hey, that's what love's all about. Now I'd like to propose a couple of toasts to our bride and groom, our most excellent hosts.
All right, up next we have Megan's grandfather, Carl Sr., and Catherine Lipscomb.
Our grandfather and I would like to propose a toast to Megan and Chris. We wish you all the best in your lives together, and we pray that God will watch over both of you.
When I first was told that early Christmas was engaged, Chris said, well, I feel sorry for you. Megan's the kind of kid that if she gets her mind set on something, there's nothing stopping her. I think you guys covered with non-stop talking. I have to say, since he can stay with us, I think it's kept us younger. It's been a trip, but she's a good girl. I believe Chris is a good man too. So I just wish them the best. I hope they have at least a half a dozen kids that can drive them
We just want to say, welcome to the family officially. You've been a part of it for many moons, sons. We love her like one of our own. So I guess we need Sean.
Hey, I can't hear you back here.
Oh, be still. Pay it down, Scotty. Well, we love you, Megan. Of course, we love Chris.
I wish you guys the best of luck. And I want you guys to be straight. I want you to stay around.
Don't say it again, I might join in.
Have fun.
Next we have a little surprise. I need Megan's mom to come up. And I'll let her explain from here.
So he's going to play a song for you, and then you'll sing.
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the darkness,
I've been friends since they were like
put her on the mic. Her name is Jasmine. Thank you.
Oh. All right. You want to talk to her?
I'll call you later.
She said she'll call you later.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
Bye. Congratulations. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
All right, up next we have Kayla.
Starting from day one, Megan has always been there for people. There are rare humans out there that live by an empathetic heart. From meeting Megan to being a part of her life, this remains clear. You will see her continually reach out to others, assert herself into the business of anyone and anything that means she can lend a helping hand, and make sure that someone is cared for to the best of her ability. Sacrifice means nothing to her. This was just one of the many parts of Megan that I got to experience having in my life when we became friends and grew up together. We met in kindergarten but became friends later in 5th grade when she sat at lunch with me one day. We became close with our other friend who passed from colon cancer later in high school. Some of the other parts, the good and the bad, came too. Just to name a few things, Megan lives by lyrics. She plays a song in the car and she starts singing along. It's always going to be for a reason or have a deeper meaning behind it. She puts quotes over pictures on her Facebook or with a post. She applies it to her everyday life. She lives by God as well and applies that to her life too. To sum it up, she is led by her heart. Doesn't matter how bad or good it is. If she's in an argument, her heart will come too. Her tears will always mean something. Megan will make sure you are heard in a conversation. Doesn't matter how small of importance the topic was. Oh, you mentioned something about how you wanted pizza for dinner? Megan comes up to Massachusetts, and there's only one thing she will do first. Order a Monster Mash Sunday at Friendly's. Because Massachusetts and South Carolina means something to her. It's a part of her past, her hometown, and probably, frankly, because she just loves that ice cream. Megan has the best long-term memory of anyone I know, more than me. And I can remember 10 years back by the months, by the memories. But she is far more advanced than that. She tells me what I did in kindergarten specifically, could lay out the entire situation. This is a huge asset to me because it really makes me feel better to be able to remember things I couldn't recall myself. Sometimes Megan uses her long-term memory to bring up a joke from the past or even short-term. She'll crack herself up about it, using it as a way to connect the present to the past. She'll tell me jokes she had with college buddies or a funny jingle that came from her family in the past, singing or dancing along to every word. The one thing that has always been abundantly clear from day one was that she was always going to be there for me. I feel confident in her loyalty. That's something that gives my heart peace of mind every day, and it's always actively a part of my thinking process. It's really important to me because friends came in and out of my life. For me, that was difficult, especially during the times when college began and high school ended. I felt like I was the odd one out, but she still came up every single winter break, summer vacation from West Virginia to visit South Hadley. And you guessed it, take me to Friendly's to get that Monster Mash. After I met Chris, when she brought him up to Massachusetts around 2016, I got to see the man who she's marrying today. I can say with full sincerity that I am proud of Megan and the life she leads today alongside Chris. May the both of you have a lifetime of happiness and true peace.
don't have a plate.
When your tummy aches, build you a fire if the furnace breaks. So you could be so much more.
You're playing your stuff. The one in your cup.
Give you my coat when you are cold. Need you, feed you. Even when you wake up, you can feed your cake. And we do the dishes in our kitchen sink. But you better not get too much to drink. I could be
Killing us, kiddo.
I know, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for King festivities this evening? All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time we continue on with our couples first dance. If you would, put your hands together and welcome, dancing for the first time as a married couple, the new Mr. and Mrs. Host.
You look so wonderful in your dress. I love your hair like that. The way it falls on the side of your neck, down your shoulders and back. We are surrounded by all of these lies and people who talk too much. You got the kind of look in your eyes as if no one knows anything but us. Should this be the last thing I see? I want you to know it's enough for me. It's all that you are is all that I'll ever need. So in love, so in love, so in love, so in love. You look so beautiful in this light, your silhouette over me. The way it brings out the blue in your eyes is the Tenerife Sea. And all of the voices surrounding us still, they just fade out when you take a breath. Just say the word and I will disappear into the wilderness. Should this be the last thing I see? I want you to know it's enough for me. So that you are is all that I'll ever need. So in love, so in love, so in love, so in love. Darling, Lumiere over me. Lumiere, darling, Lumiere over me. Should this be the last thing I see? I want you to know it's enough for me. 'Cause all that you are is all that I'll ever need. So in love, so in love, so in love, so in love. You look so wonderful in your dress. I love your In the morning I knew you better.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our newlyweds dancing for their first time as a married couple. Congratulations, guys. All right, at this time.
I wanna tell you how much I love you, though you think you already know. I remember I thought you looked like an angel wrapped in pink, so soft and warm. You've had me wrapped around your finger since the day you were born. You're beautiful, baby, from the outside in. Chase your dreams, but always know the road that'll lead you home again. Go on, take on this whole world, but to me, you know you'll always be my little girl. When you were in trouble, that crooked little smile melted my heart of stone. Now look at you, like turned around and you've almost grown. Sometimes you're asleep, I whisper I love you in the moonlight at your door. As I walk away, I hear you say, Daddy, love you more. Beautiful baby from the outside in. Chase your dreams, but always know that'll lead you home again. Go on, take on this whole world, but to me, you know you'll always be my little girl. Someday some boy will come and ask me for your hand, but I won't say yes to him unless I know he's the half that makes you whole. He has a poet's soul and the heart of a man's man. I know he'll say that he's in love, but between you and me, he won't be good enough. And beautiful baby from the outside in. Chase your dreams, but always know that'll lead you home again. Go on, take on this whole world, but to me, you know you'll always be my little girl.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Megan and her father, Carl Jr. Up next,
I can remember when you fit in the palm of my hand. You felt so good and lit, no bigger than a minute. How it amazes me, you're changing with every blink, faster than a flower blooms. They grow up all too soon. So let them be little, 'cause they're only that way for a while. Give them hope, give them praise, give them love every day. Let them cry, let them giggle, let them sleep in the middle. prayers and your wishes. And now you're teaching me how only a child can see. Tonight while we're on our knees, all I ask is please let them be little, 'cause they're only that way for a while. Give them hope, give them praise, give them love every day. Let them cry, let them giggle, let them sleep in the middle. Oh, let them be so innocent, precious soul. Turn around, and it's time to let them go. So let them be little, 'cause they're only that way for a while. Give them hope, give them praise, give them love every day. Let them cry, let them giggle, let them sleep in the middle. Oh, but let them be little. Let them be little.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for Chris and his on dance along with his mom.
Okay, gosh. I have extras in my car.
I can't take care of myself. Yeah, you taught me well. I learned from you that I do not crumble. I learned that staying is something you choose. All the reasons to keep on believing. There's no question, that's a lesson I learned.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for Megan and her grandfather, Carl Sr.
Deleting some from Sarah's. Oh, that's fine. Because I have them all on my laptop anyway. So I'm just going to delete as many as I can. Okay, you see a couple right there? Try to get some of them too.
Are we ready, Megan? All right, count of 1, 2, 3. Congratulations to you all. One last call. We'll see what's happening in the house. On count of 3, Chris. 1, 2, 3. There you go. All right, good job, good job. All right, up next I need that lucky lady who got part of reinstallation. So young men, every inch above that young lady's knees, another year of good luck for Megan and Christopher. So get up her high. All right, good job. Ladies and gentlemen, how about one more round of applause for Christopher, Megan, and their entire wedding party.